Well, hello everybody, and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. Happy Easter, Good Friday, of course, start of the big bank holiday weekend here in the UK. So hopefully you've got a lovely weekend lined up, time to relax, time to get together with friends and family, time to do a bit of crafting, and hopefully some time to spend with us as well. Wherever you are, thank you for tuning in, because I know Easter can be a very busy time, but we are going to make it worth your while today, because we've got two fantastic shows to bring to you, and of course, well, two bits of business to talk about before we get into our award-winning Craft Along show. The first thing is that National Craft Month is coming to an end. Only 2 days left, but the good news is we've still got a code. Yay! There's the code, NCM Storage, so you can use that to get 30% off selected storage. You just simply type that code in at checkout and you're away. And the good news is there's still loads of goodies that you can shop there. If you're in the market for storage, do make sure you join us again tonight live at 5, where we are going to be bringing you a storage masterclass. I know. If you've missed out on any deals recently too, we may be bringing back a few little deals from the last few days for you to get your teeth into. And as it is an Easter weekend and we're generous like that, guess what we're doing? Started it last night, across the weekend, on everything in this show, on everything in later on show, across the weekend and beyond up until Easter Monday. Triple point! Triple point! Triple point! Triple point! And the crowd went, triple point!
Triple points! Triple points!
Triple points!
Triple points!
Triple points, yeah. So make sure you shop. Listen, if you are looking at collections and think, well, I've already got that, or you're looking at bits and pieces and go, I've already got that, this is the time to be stocking up on core craft room essentials, things like your card, things like your papers, things like your adhesives. So do shop the web and take advantage of those triple points. We are here for your craft along though on the fantastic bold geometric 3D embossing folders. Before we show you exactly what is in the bundle, the showstopper and the bonus buy bundle, let's say hello to the lovely lady who is leading the craft along. It looks like a marvellous project, it really does. It is the one and only Debbie Fisher. Happy Easter, how are you?
Oh, happy Easter, Ben. I'm really happy because I got the most amazing basket of goodies this morning. Yes. I haven't got it with me to show you because I've had to put it in the fridge. Yes, because I'm not really sure who it's from. I mean, somebody devilishly handsome and talented and, you know, bought me this amazing basket. I think it might have been Jamie.
What?
I'm really taking. I know it was Ben. He bought me a cheese basket. Ben, thank you. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing.
Well,
So
you're welcome, because we did an Easter, like a secret Easter bunny, like the Secret Santa, and weirdly I got Debbie.
I know, how fun is that?
And Debbie got me. Look what she bought me. Look, other brands of chocolate are available. But thank you for my chocolate. You've got all my very favourites in there. Almost like you asked me the other day and I didn't even realise. Nicola was saying, like, she blatantly asked you on air. Like, did she? Did she? Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Today, are we?
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was lovely. And if anyone was watching us the other day, we was laughing about Jake because Jake asked for a pistachio egg. You're going to have to run and get Jake's, aren't you, to show Jake's?
Yeah.
But Nicola bought Jake's and that's very funny as well. So it's a brilliant gift. But yes, it's a craft along today. So if you're not busy with all your Easter celebrations, why don't you craft along with us for the next hour? It's just an hour one. I love that because it's always that one where we drop it down that notch. We craft just as we go along, and we're keeping it nice and simple. So it's about inking, it's about applying that embossing, it's about applying some gilding wax and having a sentiment, and then you've got this really happy spring-like card, I think. So and I've obviously used my daisies, but if you want to use any other flowers that you've got in your stash, you can do that as well. And actually, Ben, what's nice about this one, it doesn't matter what embossing folders you've got in your stash, you can use them. So whatever you've got at hand.
Excellent stuff. Before I show you through the deal and say a few hellos, shall we get the list of what we need with you, Debbie?
Absolutely, yes. So the one I'm using is the Geometric Swirls embossing folder. I've also used that Happy Butterflies, which is an embossing folder with the stamp and die set. It's because I want the stamp out of there to use for that gorgeous sentiment. But again, you can use whichever one you want. We've got the Delightful Daisies and Blossom in a daisy set, but again, any flowers that you've got. I'm using the Scalloped Edge Oval Nesting Die dies. So, but again, if you've got some oval nesting dies, any shape. And then the Duet ink pads. So the Raspberry Ripple, the Soft Heather and the Sunrise Glow and the Sweet Clementines are the one that I'm using. You've then got your black quick drying ink pad and your tricolour pen, which is just to do your inside stamens for your flowers in your gold yellow blend. A few little extra bits that you're going to need as well is your silver gilding wax, your Sunflower Collection, the A4 linen cardstock. Now, all I've used out of there is the lemon for the stamen, so you could use any lemon cardstock. Your multi-purpose card, your Gemini cutting machine, your large guillotine, scoreboard, blending brushes, your tacky glue and some foam pads. And that's it. Yep, that's all you need for that one. 2 screens, which is nice.
Excellent stuff. Shall we say a few hellos and I'll take you around the deals because we've got lots of people here. We appreciate you being here because we know how busy it is across the Easter break. But Superstar Susie is on the socials. And Sarah Brown says, hey there, my lovely crafty friends. I'm here watching from bed with my buddy Frankie, who's staying with me for Easter. I should explain that Frankie is a dog. Lol, says Sarah. And she's puppy minding. Aww, puppies. Wendy says, good morning from Oregon. It's still dark. It's a lovely day here in the northeast. I tell you what, Good Friday and good Friday weather-wise as well. It's beautiful spring. It's
sunny.
Day, isn't it, today? It was raining buckets earlier, but it's sunny now, which is good, just when we're in the building. Laurie says, blessing to all on this Good Friday and Easter weekend. Same to you, Laurie, and also to Laughing Gravy, who says, afternoon, everyone. I haven't watched for a while, but looking forward to today's make-along. Well, welcome back, Laughing Gravy. Zoe says, afternoon. Zoe Carver, hello. Tina Costin says, afternoon all from a currently sunny Hertfordshire. And Mary Patson saying, good morning from Montana. Christina Sayre, yes, got brownies in the oven and been into town, so I'm putting my feet up to watch Ben and Debbie.
Hello.
Jenny Barge is in, saying hello from Ohio.
Ohio, Jenny.
Dawn LaValle, hello Dawn, says good morning Ben and Debbie.
Hello.
Rosalind Russell says good morning from Maryland. Hello.
Good morning from Maryland.
Teresa says, Ben and Debbie, good morning, my whimsical friends. Happy Good Friday and Easter to you too. Hi, Teresa.
Happy Good Friday.
I'm enjoying this. And hi also to Pat Demarest, who said, good morning to Ben, Debbie, Super Susie and the talented crew, as well as all my crafty friends from a sunny but cool New Jersey. Hi, Pat.
Good morning, Pat.
Hi to...
I like this.
Hi, me too. Hi to Stephanie Theodos, who says, good morning, Ben, Debbie team, social superstar and friends from sunny Farmingdale.
Hello, sunny Farmingdale.
I really enjoyed this. I've run out of names though now. Doris says hi from Devon. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Doris from Devon.
Yeah. Malcolm from Melksham says hello.
Hi, Malcolm.
Yeah. I can't think of any more names now. Right. Quickly show you the deal, and then we'll get on with the craft along. So lots of different ways to buy it, and don't forget, yes, triple points, which we did not have, of course, when we first launched these. So if you have waited, sometimes it pays to wait. A lot of the time it pays to get in early. Today it's paid to wait. Triple points, £48.76, which will get you not only the brand new embossing folders, but of course the showstopper as well, and then it opens up a bonus buy. But these are gorgeous, absolutely stunning designs that you're getting within these beautiful brand new folders. I mean, the emboss that you're going to get on these, I know it's obviously 3D, but it's incredible, and the designs I absolutely love. This one's, I think, one of my faves. Was that your favourite within the collection, or did I dream that? Oh, was that Debbie Robinson?
Oh, okay. I don't really have a favourite. I love them all. I think they're all beautiful.
Yeah. And
I think I have got a favourite. I can't remember the name of it, but I quite like the one that looks like waves. That one. That's the one. I do love that.
That might work quite nicely with your Enchanted Ocean then, mightn't it?
Well, as you said that, later I might get out something that we tried yesterday from Enchanted Ocean and emboss it with that folder.
Okay. Look out later on, masterclass. This is my favourite though. Looks like pinwheels, doesn't it? You know,
yeah, love it.
Little windmills.
That's the one we're using in the, yeah.
Because you knew it was my favourite. So you're getting all of the brand new embossing folders within this collection, but the showstopper is incredible because we're also then going to give you all of the goodies that you're seeing just here. So for an extra £15 or $25, you're getting £51 or $68 worth of goodies, which includes 60 sheets of our cardstock. You're also going to get one of our Pebeo gilding waxes, the gold. You've got the luxury cardstock in the ice blue, so you've got 10 sheets of the glitter 10 sheets of the mirror, 10 sheets of the matte mirror, and then also the beautiful mirror and matte mirror cardstock from the Floral Elegance collection. 24 sheets in there, and as I say, you're making a huge saving when you go for the showstopper. If you just want the embossing folders on their own, you can. If you want them individually, you can, but the showstopper gives you the most value for money and then opens up your bonus buy. And I'll go quick on this, but your bonus buy is the shimmer ink pads, the gold shimmer ink pads, the new ones. So bottom of your screen is the price for the 8-piece collection, £45 or $70. But if you put these into your basket alongside your showstopper, you will halve that price.
Wow, so, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, so oh dear Ben, maths is slow, Good Friday. £45 becomes $22.50 or $35, but then you can take your 20% off that. £2.25, £4.50, £18 or $28. There we go, which is incredible. But the brilliant thing is you will still receive triple points across everything as well. So lots to think about, lots to get into your basket. Any questions that you get along the way, feel free to ask. And if you are crafting along, do let us know because we love it when you do. If you're planning on crafting along later, again, let us know and make sure you tag us, particularly Debbie, in whatever you end up making. Final few hellos, then we'll get into it. Carletta joins us from Arkansas. Hi, Carletta.
Hi, Carletta.
Come on, we're still doing the game. Cindy Richmond says, good morning from Central Massachusetts. Hi.
Hi.
Sparkly Sue says, hi there, happy Good Friday, watching whilst I pack for my holiday to the Big Apple, Sparkly Sue.
Oh, I love that name as well, Sparkly Sue. I want to be Sparkly Debbie. I love that name.
Laurie Barnett says, I love the folders. Jen says, good morning, Ben, Debbie, team and crafty friends. Jen Shank, hello.
Hello.
Our newest speaker-upper is in, Connie T.
Connie, I knew you were going to say Connie, so we've remembered you, Connie T. Good morning.
And also hi to Karen Cronin from Scotland. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Paul Prince ×4 from South Carolina.
Hi, Paul Prince.
And also hi to Maricel, who's working on the craft along tomorrow after she finishes the Pets Rule project from the other day. She loves Debbie's craft alongs. That's Maricel. Hello.
Oh, amazing. Hi, Maricel. Hopefully you'll craft with us with this one.
Right, we're going to get into it now because, you've only got 45 minutes. Is that long enough, Debbie? If we don't get it done, blame me.
Absolutely. Can I just say, though, where has this month gone?
Oh, I know.
I didn't even click to it being the end of the month.
I know.
I mean, it's just gone nowhere. How are we going into April? Although it's lovely because we get lighter evenings and, we're going to start getting some sun.
Clocks go forward tomorrow night.
They do, yes. Spring forward. Yes, exactly.
Lighter nights.
Ah, love lighter nights, which is going to be really nice, especially for travelling home when I'm going home
makes
late.
the drive easier.
Right, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is take our A4 piece of white card and we're going to score it in half. So on your scoreboard, I haven't even got myself a score tool, so let me just grab one. We're going to score this at 1 before the 6, so it's 5 7/8 of an inch. So just scoring that down there, that's going to create our half-fold card blank.
Yeah.
And then we're going to bring our guillotine in because we're going to trim that one down to 5 by 7 inches. So that's going to create our card blank. Now, obviously, if you've got cards that are, or card blanks that are 5 by 7 inches, then absolutely use those. But I just thought I'd make this one from scratch, so nice and easy. So 7 inches, turn that round. Just make sure that you're not cutting the spine away. I've done that on many occasions, so you make sure you get your card blank. So that's our card blank done. While we've still got our guillotine, we're going to bring in another piece of card and we're going to trim this slightly smaller because this is going to go on the front. And we're going to trim this one down to 1 before the 5, so it's 4 3/4 of an inch. Oh, good job I checked. In fact, put your glasses on, Debbie.
There you go, put your specs on.
Struggling to see, and then I think just put your specs on.
That's it.
There we go, I can see now. 4 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to come down there, and then we had a 7-inch card blank, so we're going to go in at 6 3/4 of an inch, like so. And that's going to be the perfect size for your embossing folder. So let's pop them to the side. Now, the next thing we want to do, before we do our die cutting, I want to actually ink this up. So we're going to bring in our ink pads. So you can use whichever ones you want. So I'm going to be using, let's put these in order of how I want to use them. And the reason I'm putting them in an order Not because I'm worried about the order, but because I'm just using one brush for them. So I'm using our blending brushes. If you haven't got a blending brush, use your blending tool. But you can use the same one throughout all of them. But I don't want to start with my darkest one. I want to start with my lightest one first. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to literally go into that, make sure I've loaded that with plenty of our ink, and we're going to just bring that into the top. And I've got 4 colours, so I'm roughly sort of thinking halfway, then a quarter. I need to sort of do this this part of it.
You know, if I pick up the pearlescent pigment gold ink pads as the bonus buy, could I use these at this point as well? With what you're doing now?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I'd realised, I didn't realise that there was a bonus buy from that. I didn't really think, to be honest, Ben.
That's all right, it's Easter.
I know, and I'd already done my craft along, but what I should have done is use those bonus buys because they're some of my favourite ink pads, the gold ones.
So they are a perfect bonus buy then, really, aren't they?
Yeah, they absolutely are. Now, with those ones, because they're pigment ink pads, they are going to be very strong in colour and they'll stay wetter for longer.
Right.
So if you're using your pigment ink pads, it might pay you to even heat emboss them.
Oh, okay.
Or just let them dry. Use your heat tool and let them dry. So I'm just making sure, and I want plenty of colour down. You really want to make this quite vivid.
Yeah.
So I'm making sure that I've got loads of colour down there because we've got it nice and bright. And then that's our yellow done, so let's pop that to the side. I'm going to bring in that sweet clementine. And then we're going to take that. And then we're going to do the same, just bring in that one in. Now this doesn't have to be perfect at all. You don't have to worry about doing a straight edge or anything like that. You just want to lay down that amazing colour. So just bringing that in. In fact, I'll bring it there and then you won't see me keep going, my hand going over it. You can
Whilst
see
you're laying it down,
doing.
Sarah Brown says, Debbie and Ben, just to warn you, there's a puppy pick on its way.
Oh,
that would be
puppy.
Frankie, who she's puppy
Oh,
minding.
your Frankie's a puppy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nicola's got it. She's got it.
Carol Garwell Beard is here saying good morning. Good morning. And also Carolyn says good morning from Florida. Carolyn Wilson. I was going to say chilly, Florida, but I think a temperature of 63, which is 17 for you, wouldn't seem chilly. Well, it certainly wouldn't. We would take 17 today. 17 is... I mean,
Hot.
I would call that sort of on its way to hot. It's comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah,
nice.
that's a nice sunny day,
It
17
is.
degrees. Yeah.
17 degrees, yeah. And Cheryl says, good morning from a bright and sunny San Antonio, Texas, to Ben and Debbie and my fellow crafters. Hello, Cheryl. I bet it's warm in Texas today. I've got a feeling that San Antonio is going to be warm. And Sarah says, the puppy belongs to her other buddy, Zara, who still thinks Ben isn't real. Lol.
He's not.
That saga's still ongoing, is it?
Right, I'm just going to give this just a little wipe over some kitchen towel. You can tell there's not that much on there. It's so dense in the colour. You don't. It doesn't pick up loads of ink, which is amazing. Well, it doesn't sit inside the bristles. So now we're going to go in with the pink. And then we're going to use that one onto here
Question
as well.
then.
Yes.
And I'm just throwing things out there. So, you know, you're obviously inking now and then you'll emboss.
Yep.
When would you ever emboss and then ink?
So you could. So the reason I'm doing it like this is because I'm going to cut out the middle section, and it means that if I cut out the middle section and then inked it, I could sort of pull up my card.
Yeah.
By having one piece of card, it's easier to do that. And I want both pieces to be coloured because we're going to emboss it all. But I'll show you a little tip that even when I cut it after this, we're going to emboss it even when it's been cut. So you're still getting it as if it's like that. So I don't think there's any rights or wrongs. I think it's just a case of if you're going to do it in one piece, you could emboss it first and then ink over the top.
Yeah.
But I actually quite like the fact that you do your inking first. And then go over the top. I also like, they do what we all, I say they do, I mean, there is a technique where you can do dry brushing over the top of your embossing. And it's where you don't go directly on like this, you go over the top of the embossing so it leaves some of the white on it. So it's not so vivid. And it's quite a nice way to do. Some people do it with paints where they don't get it so wet and they just dry paint over the top. So, yeah, there's lots of different techniques. Embossing folders, for me, are one of the most underused products that we have. I think we should use embossing folders in everything, whether it's even if you have if I bring this in, you could even put this topper back through your embossing folder to give it some texture. Never be frightened to emboss over images or anything like that. I once made a coaster with an embossing folder, so I did my image with a flower. I then cut out a piece of mount board out of a square, mixed media die, put it on top and embossed it, and then used it as a coaster. You just add your shine over the top, or your sort of what's it called, varnish.
I think that's such a good reminder as well, because I don't know if anyone else is like this. You know, if you see an embossing folder, which is doesn't matter what the size, it's like a 5x7 embossing folder. Yep. My brain always goes, must have card that fits that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you never think about putting in like a smaller,
little pieces.
Yeah, you think you've got to use the whole thing every time, but that's just not the story at all, is it?
Not at all. I mean, and think of your shapes that you can do. I should have brought it with me, but when I launched these down at Hobby Maker, and I did a colour similar to this. I made a coloured background, and then I got a heart shape, and then I put my heart shape, just the edge of it, over the embossing folder, and then laid it directly into the emboss, but kept it white.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense. And then it was just a white heart emboss, but it looked like it was following the same pattern as that. So there's so many ways that you can be doing them. Right, so that's my pink one.
Beautiful.
And you can see I'm putting plenty of ink down because I want this to be really vibrant. So let's just take a little bit of that off.
Connie T says, thank you for remembering me, Debbie and Ben. I get, you know, you become part of the family, Connie.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. And I think particularly if you make it known to us that you're commenting for the first time, it's something that I'll certainly always remember. Evelyn's joined us from Colorado, and Olga Vasquez says, hi everyone.
Hello,
it's like a
Evelyn.
ghost town in my office today. Only 2 of us in, and I love it. It's like that in here today, if I'm being honest.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
It's me,
we are
it's
on
Debbie,
a lovely day.
It's Jake, it's Nicola, it's Jamie. That's it.
I know, it's very quiet.
No bosses, no hierarchy, nobody flitting around. I know it is sort of the weekend, isn't it? It's like a bank holiday weekend, but it feels very weekendy.
Weekendy.
Yeah. I wonder what we're going to be doing between shows. Of course we're going to be working hard, right guys?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's a man coming in the building called Mario, I believe.
Mario?
Yeah.
Is he super?
I think he is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some wars on Mario. Yeah, he's driving in.
Driving in?
Yes, driving in.
Yeah.
I think he's got a princess as well with him.
Has he?
Yes.
Okay.
And a dragon.
And oh, this is going to be an interesting 3 hours.
Can you guess what we're doing?
No, we're not going to be playing Mario Kart and eating chocolate. What are you talking about? We're going to be working very hard.
Well, you are being cheese strings.
Yeah, Debbie's going to be eating her cheese strings. Well, it's Good Friday. It's Easter weekend. You can't blame us, can you, really? We're all prepped and ready to go for tonight's show, so we thought we'd have a bit of fun. It feels like sort of like the last day at school, doesn't it? You know, when you can sort of bring in your games and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bring a toy to school day, Jamie's saying. That's funny. I don't ever remember doing that when I was at school. My kids did, but I think I'm just too old for that. They never used to allow us to do that.
My proudest dad, I still remember it now, do you remember the board game Mousetrap?
Yes.
And I remember taking that in on a bring your toys to school day, and like everyone in my class wanted to play it, and I just felt like the king of the classroom because I was the popular kid that day.
You were the cool kid.
Yeah, with Mousetrap. I used to love that game.
Mousetrap used to really frustrate me because you'd play that whole game and then someone else would come and press the button and do
make it
all.
The boot, kick the ball and
And the other game that was very frustrating was Frustration. Do you ever remember the game Frustration? Oh, it was awful. So you had to press it, had a big bobble in the middle of the game and you pressed it and then got the numbers that you would move round, but then it would tell you to move backwards and you never got anywhere. It was really frustrating.
Hence the name of the game.
And it was called Frustration.
So 3, but move backwards?
Yes, so there was different parts to it. I haven't played it for years, but it is the most frustrating game ever, and you just want to throw it. Right, so we've done our inking on our background now. Now what I want to do is do the die cutting. So we want to bring in both pieces of cards. So let's do this and then we'll have a little short break, just so everyone can catch up. So that will fit perfectly on there. I don't want to stick it to there at the moment because I want to do the die cutting. Now these are the ones that I'm using. I'm going to come in on the third one from the edge, so the third biggest one, or smallest one should I say. And then we're just going to place it right in the middle. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of low-tack tape, but I want to also be careful with this as well. So I'm only going to bring in a tiny little bit because I don't want it to stick to my edges. You don't have to worry too much because we are going to be putting gilding wax on, but I still don't want to put too much on. So I'm just going to put it onto my skin, something I always do, just the oil, the natural oils in your skin will take the stickiness off. So holding that into place there, just pop that up a little bit, and then let's just pop that on.
Stephanie wants to know how many embossing folders do you own? She says, I think I have over 100.
Oh, that's a lot.
Have you got that many?
Do you know what? I possibly have. I mean, I've never even counted them. I did think to myself the other day that I don't put all my embossing folders in one place. Right. Because a lot of them are with collections. Oh, okay. So I would probably, it would probably be a good idea to use them, to actually put them all in one place, so all your embossing folders there. Otherwise you forget to use them, don't you? When I think back on some of the embossing folders that we've had, sorry, you know what? I'm thinking I'm embossing. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. I'm thinking I'm embossing. Yeah, and I'm die cutting. So I'm just making sure that I've got my die cuts, my folders in the right order. I was thinking I was doing embossing and I didn't need all them plates, but I do need all those plates. Right, so we're sending that through. So yes, probably quite a lot, but that's a lot of embossing folders. I just hope you use them. Yeah. So that will cut through, so that should, cut through both pieces like so. So we're going to then, we don't need this piece because that's just, we're just going to disregard that one. And this bit is going to then be perfect for your cutout on the front. This bit here, so, that's worked perfectly. So that hasn't taken any of the ink off. So we've got our pieces there. So what we're going to do next, but we will just go back to Ben and let everyone catch up with that. Just pop that back inside for now, and then pop your card to the side because we don't need that just yet. So let's pop that to the side. We'll let everyone get sorted with their ink pads and die cutting, and then we'll come back in a minute.
Excellent stuff. Thank you for all the lovely messages coming through. Happy Good Friday, everyone. That's from Deb Sneary, who says, love this, Debbie, and hi, Ben. Thank you, Deb. Happy Good Friday to you all. Don't forget, if you want to pick up the bold geometric 3D embossing folders, you can. You get all of the brand new designs in this collection. So you've got your 6 designs in here, don't forget. And it's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go for the full collection. Love those seashells, they're brilliant. Or you can go for the individuals should you wish. The majority of people have gone for the showstopper and did go for the showstopper, where you're going to get all of your brand new embossing folders alongside all of the added extras. So you're going to get loads of cardstock and your gilding wax to go with these too. It just depends where the budget lies, but it's a great day to be shopping because of course you're going to get triple points, not just on this show, but across everything. These are all the other goodies that you'll get as far as the showstopper is concerned. So you've got that beautiful mirror and matte mirror card pad rather from the Floral Elegance collection. So you're getting 24 sheets in there, 60 sheets of your card plus another 30 sheets of the luxury cardstock, which is the ice blue. So you've got the stunning satin, 10 sheets of that, you've got your standard mirror cardstock, and then you're getting 10 sheets of your glitter cardstock in the silver, and you're also going to get your tub of gilding wax as well. That should be setting you back an extra 51 or 69. It is actually just 15 or 25, £48, 76 bucks if you're platinum, and of course triple points. Just before we have a little break, this is the puppy that Sarah is babysitting,
look.
or puppy sitting. I need to come closer.
Is it a sausage dog?
It looks sort of sausagey.
Oh, it looks sausagey.
Or it could be.
Oh, it's got his head buried.
It could be a. Is it like? It's either a sausage dog or some sort of spaniel, I think, isn't it? But I think
Or I was thinking a cocker. No, oh, what was I thinking? What's the dogs? The little yappy dogs.
Chihuahua.
No.
Yappy dog.
Oh.
Little Springer.
No, it's completely gone out of my head. It looks like something else, and now I can't think of what the dog is.
Let's know, Sarah. Frankie looks very happy and content anyway. Jack Russell?
Jack Russell, that's it. That's what I was thinking. Looks a bit like a little Jack Russell.
Oh, Jack Russell, Susie.
Is that what she said?
No, Susie's just gone. Jack Russell, question mark, when I said Jack Russell.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of, Jack Russell. Yes.
So jealous, Ben, says Zoe. I always wanted Mousetrap. Oh, yeah, no. I was one of the cool kids.
See, I always wanted a Mr. Frosty. Never got a Mr. Frosty.
Here's the thing. We got a Mr. Frosty later on in life when when Daisy was a little bit younger.
Yeah. Not very good.
Not all that.
It doesn't make slushies well?
Well, it was all right. I don't know if I was... I mean, I was obviously looking at it through, how old was I? 38-year-old eyes. But it wasn't, because I was always a bit like, oh, yeah, Mr. Frosty, but... I
mean, what is your worst gift? Because I remember buying my daughter years ago, they did an oven that baked a cupcake, and it was £50. I remember it always being £50. So this is going back, I mean, my Poppy's 30 now, and it took 2 hours to bake one cupcake, yes. Let me know, they had a range of different things like that they bought out. I think it was like a Ready Steady Cook or something like that. And it was this little oven, and she thought it was the bee's knees, and it was the worst £50 we ever spent, because she never ever used it again, because it took 2 hours to cook one cupcake.
We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will read more of your comments out, and we'll get on with the next part of our Craftalog. But in the meantime, get your baskets and your carts checked out. It's triple points, for goodness sake. Don't miss out on that. And whilst you're doing that, let's find out more about Debbie Robinson.
Day to day looks like, on a normal day when I'm working from home, get up, breakfast, quick phone call with my daughter, and then I'm up in the craft room and I spend all my time in the craft room. If it's spending a day with the grandkids, that's it. That's my best part of the day, just spending time with family and those gorgeous little grandkids of mine. The best part of the day when I'm at work is when I go on air, because I absolutely love it. Both. I prefer a shower in the morning. I feel fresher. I feel that I can tackle my day. However, depending on how that day's been, I also would have a double shower, so I'd have one in the morning and one at night too. Absolutely, 100% coffee. Will always be coffee, and flavoured coffee is my favourite at the moment. Dare I say, it's a full English breakfast, the full works, the beans, the tomatoes, the bacon, the sausage, and everything else that goes with a traditional English breakfast. Craft along. Every day of the week. I absolutely love going through the stages from the start of a project to the end of a project. So craft along is definitely my favourite choice. I can't leave without my lipstick. It's a given thing. I once didn't have a lipstick on me, and Leanne helped me out that day. Kick off the shoes, sit down for a couple of minutes, just gather my thoughts, and then grab my tea.
I like to get up, chill, relax, get a cup of tea, then get myself sorted. And if I'm presenter, I'll write all my notes. If I'm the demonstrator, I'll get my prep out, have another look at it, make sure that everything is the way it needs to be for the show, do the show. Then what I'll do is I'll grab something to eat. Then have another look at the sheets again, making sure the next show's all good to go. Then we do that show, tidy. I always like to make sure that the area is nice and tidy, either for myself the next day or whoever's in. Jump in the car, head home. I will quickly unpack what I need to unpack, and then I get on that sofa as quick as I can. soon as we go live, I love that within our live shows, I always get the butterflies. Soon as we get that countdown in our ear that we're just going live, butterflies kick in, and within about 10, 15 seconds, I'm going. Butterflies have gone, and we just enjoy the show. Early riser. Oh, shower in the morning. Tea. Oh, savoury breakfast. Masterclass. My mobile phone. Oh, anything with chicken. Currently, it is the weekend, Blinding Light, and it has been for about a couple of years, and I still love it. Apart from jumping in the car, chilling on the sofa, watching TV.
Welcome back, everybody. There he is, Craig Bagel. He is back next week. Yeah, so if you've missed Craig, he is going to be back with me. Loads of comments coming in. Frankie is a pieball dachshund. So yes, a sausage dog.
Oh, sausage dog. We're right in the first place.
Loads of chat coming in. I recently, says Rosalind Russell, put all my embossing folders together. They're separate by type/theme. At last count, I had close to 500.
Oh my goodness.
I've accumulated them over the last 15 to 20 years. They're the one thing that I can't part with. Embossing folders are my weakness, says
So
Rosalind.
I've got some in storage in my dad's shed. I've got loads of boxes in there, and I've got loads of embossing folders in there from old, I've got ones like A4 ones, 8x8 ones. Yeah, so I probably haven't got that many though, but that's a lot.
And then there's lots of Mr. Frosty chat. Zoe says, I never got a Mr. Frosty either. I always wanted a Mr. Frosty, says Bridget. And Jeanette says, easy bake oven. That is a rite of passage. Every little girl experiences the frustration cooking with a light bulb.
Oh, yes, that's what it was. Yeah, the easy bake oven. Yeah, it was awful. We couldn't believe it. It was like, oh, and it never got used again. I think we ended up putting it in the car boot cell.
And Cindy says, my kids had the easy bake oven and it was just a light bulb cooking the cakes. So it took like about half a day to cook a cake. Keep the comments coming. This is brilliant. Loving it. We're going to get back to the craft along. Lynn's just asking, because obviously when we left you, you cut with that nesting die.
Yep.
She's just wondering what the approximate size of that is. She says, I don't have that one, but she wants to find something similar.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let me give you a measurement of it. So it's actually 5 inches by 3.5. So 5 by 3.5. And then we're also going to use the next one up. And that one is going to give us a frame. So I would say 4 inches by 5.5. Okay. So hopefully that helps. And we're just going to pop them together like that and die cut a frame out.
Okay.
Amazing.
Ready to go.
Oh, we're ready to go.
Yeah,
right.
sorry.
Right, your embossing folder, no matter which one you use, just make sure that you've got the side that you want embossed on. If you're not sure, just put a trial bit of card through and see. And the only reason I say that, it doesn't really matter with these folders, because actually the deboss and emboss side is pretty much the same, because they're both. But what you will be able to do, when you put your hand across it, this side feels more raised than what this side is, because there's a lot of dips in here.
Yeah.
So the dip ones you want to be at the front, because it's the ones that are raised that are going to push up through. And because we've got our coloured cardstock, I want to make sure that we are embossing it. So what I'm going to do is place my frame right inside there. So it's connected to that entire frame, and then I'm going to place that piece back inside. So just make sure that it is right inside there, then pop that down and close it. So that's completely encompassed then in the embossing folder. Now, just in case anyone doesn't know and they're thinking of getting the embossing folders, you need your base, your top cutting plate, and then not your other cutting plate. So you want your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, and then your top plate. So I always put these on the bottom. So we've got our plastic shim, your magnetic, putting the folder and the cardstock on top, and then your top plate on. And then we're going to run that through. Now that platform is going to work for all your 3D embossing folders. If you've got a 2D embossing folder that you're working with doing the craft along, then you need to use just your top and bottom plate. If you want it a little bit more crisp, add in your metal shim. Right, so once we've got that, we've then got this amazing embossed detail.
Wow,
now, the
look at
reason you die cut before, Ben, is because you wouldn't get, you would flatten out that embossing. So once you've got that done, we're now going to apply our gilding wax, so to both parts. So I've got the silver one, but if you're going for the showstopper, you've got a gold one in there, so that would be amazing to use as well.
The Renaissance gold. I always get the golds confused.
Oh, it's the Renaissance gold, that one. Yes. Yeah, the Renaissance gold. So the Renaissance gold, the Empire gold, and the silver were the original three that we had.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then so it was like a bronze, a silver, and a gold.
Right.
So
the one added the antique after that, wasn't it?
yeah, so then there was lots. There was king gold, antique gold. I can't remember some of the others, but there was quite a lot of them. So now, just with a really light touch, build it up rather than go down with a lot in one go, because you want to just build around here. You don't really have to worry too much about the middle section because we're going to cover it, but I'm just one of those people that can't resist in putting it everywhere. So just wiping that all the way around so it's catching on. And depending on how much of the colour you want coming through to how much of the silver, you decide where you want to stop. So I'm going to stop there, and then we're just going to do a bit more. So do these edges. And I can see there I've got a little rim round here. So if you do have that, don't worry, we'll put it through the guillotine and cut that little rim off. So you haven't got to worry. We're not matte and layering this with anything, so we're just going to make sure it's just trimmed to size and put on that card base. So we're just bringing this round like so, and then just however much you want to put on. Oh, bit heavy-handed there, but I'm not going to worry. It's okay though, because actually where I've done that, we're going to cover it with some flowers anyway. Okay. So it's not a problem. There's always, that's what we always say, isn't it? Stick a butterfly or a flower over it and it'll be absolutely fine.
Covers the boo-boos.
Yes, definitely. So I'm just going to go over a little bit more. So this is what I was talking about. You see me just bend that card up there. If we was to ink that when we die cut it, it would be actually more trickier to ink it than having it in to start with. Once you've done that, grab yourself some tissue or kitchen towel or even a cloth, which is much better as well. And then you want to buff it up. The reason we buff it is not only does it make it nice and shiny, it actually stops it from transferring onto anything as well. So we're just going to really give that a good buff. And you'll see when I hold that up into the light, look at the shine we're now getting on there.
That's really shiny.
Yeah, it makes it amazingly shiny. So the more you buff it, look at that, that's a great shot there. Yeah, the more you buff it, the more it goes shiny.
That seems even more shiny than the gold, that silver actually.
Yeah, I think it's to do with the buff. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it really has come out amazingly shiny.
Wowee.
Yeah. So originally, gilding waxes were made for furniture.
Yeah.
So, you know, they were great ones to put on top. I've still got it, actually. I've got an old mirror with a wooden frame, and it's all ornate in the garage, and we were going to throw it away. And I keep meaning to upcycle it and put some gilding wax on it. I've just not got around to doing it yet. So I must do that.
There are lovely comments coming through. Love the cards, says Crafting Queen, and the colours. I'll be making this craft along a little later.
Oh, amazing.
Christine Sayer says, love the colours and definitely need that embossing folder. That is gorgeous. Yeah, if you want them individually, they are all available still as individual folders if you don't want to stretch to the full collection or indeed the showstopper, so do pick and choose. And good morning from wine country in Northern California, says Marion. Thank you so much for being here first thing in my morning before work. You all have made my week and encouraged me to craft. Have a wonderful weekend, says Marion Shipman. Thank you, Marion. You have a lovely weekend too.
Yeah, that's so nice. All I'm doing now, Ben, is just taking off those little edges which have just been created in the embossing folder, so you don't get those or you don't see those. So it just neatens everything up. Right, let's get on with our flowers and our cards. So our card's pretty much done. So this is going to go on the front. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this onto some foam tape as well, just to heighten it up and give it a little bit more dimension. I was thinking I wouldn't have had enough time to do it, and now I'm sort of thinking, oh my goodness, where's the time going? Oh.
Too much time chatting about Easter eggs and Mr. Frosties.
Mr. Frosties, yeah. I'm glad to hear I wasn't the only one that wanted a Mr. Frosty. I was so disappointed that So now, don't they do a slushy maker now? I mean, has that replaced Mr. Frosty?
No, it's a dog, isn't it? The slushy maker, isn't it like a? Or am
But
I
is it
thinking
the
something
same
else?
thing? That's what I'm asking. Does it do the same thing?
Oh, I don't know. I thought. Hang on a minute. I'm getting confused here a second. So Mr. Frosty was I thought Mr. Frosty made ice cream.
No, Mr. Frosty made like ice drinks, crushed ice drinks.
Oh, well, the thing that I got for Daisy, obviously. I'm sure that was a Mr. Frosty. It made ice cream, the one that we had. Maybe it was a Mr. Frosty ice cream maker then.
Oh, maybe they did that. No, the Mr. Frosty I knew, yeah, made like ice and flavoured ice basically.
Ah.
So, and I don't know
Couldn't
whether
you have
that
just got like an ice cube tray and poured some like
Oh, it's not the
diluted squash into it and put it in
Everyone-
there?
Children want Mr. Frosty. Yeah, Mr. Frosty was shaped like a snowman.
Oh.
Right, so we're going to stick this one back off.
Just crushes ice.
It just crushes ice.
says
That's probably
Nicola,
all
that's
it does.
all it
Yes.
does.
Yeah, I think the dog slushy maker actually slushes the ice, slushes the cold drink. So you put just cold water in
Yeah.
it, and then I think that's the difference. Where I think that Mr. Frosty actually he was cool. He crushed the ice for you.
He crushed it. Susie had a
crushed
Snoopy snow cone maker. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I know what's a snow cone?
I don't even know what that is. Oh no, I've just dropped that on there and
Oh,
it's going to
no.
stick. Wasn't being very careful then.
Have we
Oh
saved it?
dear. Yes, we can save
Just
it.
about.
It's all good. Just in case anyone else is doing that, a little tip, put a little bit, in fact, let's do it. Let's put a little bit of tacky glue on there because what that'll do, it will help you to give a bit of more wiggle movement, but also it'll make sure it sticks to your card really well as
okay.
well. So just putting a little bit of tacky glue along there, but that will allow me to have a little bit more wiggle room just in time to move it about. So,
Oh, Jamie's just saying a snow cone is shaved ice with like syrup on top of it then, is it? Right, so it's like a shaved down ice lolly. Is that what it is? We really have snow, or is that me being thick? I don't, do we have snow cones in this country? It's not really a thing here, is it? Snow cones.
snow
There we go,
cone.
it's shaved ice, says Superstar Susie, with flavour on top.
Oh,
No, a slushy is crushed ice, isn't it? With flavour in it. It's the type of ice, I think, is the difference. And I kind of think that you drink a slushy, don't you? Whereas you would eat a snow cone, I think. I don't know.
I think
I don't
all
know.
these things that they
Oh, they're now Googling the Snoopy snow cone machine. See what you've done there, Susie, in the gallery? It looks like it's a what? A spade? Ah.
Oh,
And what has Snoopy got to do with it? You put the ice through his house, right, and then he's on top of the house, hence. And Charlie Brown is there as well. Wow. Okay. The way they're talking about it in the gallery, there's going to be Snoopy snow cone makers coming to CTV next week.
that's funny. That is very funny. Right, so let's pop these onto here. So we're just going to, and all I'm doing with this one, Ben, is we're making sure that we've got sort of an equal amount of space around each side because this one is going to be, oh, I tell you what we can do as well. So your next one, so I've gone for the two middle ones there. So you've got your top one, then I've gone for the two to make the frame, then miss one, then go into the next one. And this frame here is, let me give you the measurements, it's 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. This one we're going to put in the middle because that's going to be our sentiment one. That doesn't have to be straight, so all I'm concentrating on is that my frame has the same amount all around the edges. So once you've got that into place, I'm just going to place my tape on that side and then one on that side as well. And then we can send those through. So that's going to cut my middle bit out for my sentiment, and it's going to cut my frame out as well. So what your frame's going to do is just give that illusion of looking like you've got the difference between your middle piece and your outer piece. And your frame just then ends up drawing your eye into the centre. The great thing is though, with the sentiment that you're getting from your other embossing folder or whatever sentiment you're using is a nice big size, so a great one to use. So let's take that one off. I'm going to be really gentle there because I don't want that to stick. Just like so, there we go. And then on the other side, so that's our frame. So your frame is going to go around your edge there. So you can see straight away, it really makes that pop. Yeah. And then we've got that inside one, and all I want to do with that one, let's take that away. And if you've got a bit more time, you could have been, if you've done that right, you could create that another frame to go as well in another project. So we're going to pop those to the side. Yep. And then this one, we're going to do our stamping. Oh my goodness, 5 minutes.
9.
Oh, I really panicked then, Jamie. I thought Jamie said 5 minutes. I was like, 5 minutes? Right, while we've got this out, let's bring in a dies. Now, my dies, this will make you laugh. So all my dies that I use all the time are just behind me, and I put them on a magnetic sheet. So I don't have none of the packaging for them. So, but these are the daisy dies.
Were they just what? Behind you? What do you mean?
In my craft room at home, I have a magnetic sheet on the wall. Oh. So all my dies that I use quite regularly, sentiments, little flower dies, butterfly dies, I just stick them there. So whenever I'm creating, I can just pick one off and do something with them.
Gotcha.
Right, so let's just create another piece here. So I'm going to take a piece here. And let's just cut that one. And we're also just going to take a little piece. We only need a small piece from the yellow of our, I've done this from the sunflower. I'm going to fold that in half because that will cut through 2. So that's going to give me my 2 flowers. So we're going to pop that on there. If you cut your flowers out actually from the, I wonder if we can do it with the 3. I mean, I've asked it a lot. I'm thinking if we use Nina cardstock, it might be better. Okay. But we might be able to cut 2 out of these. So let's just pop that there and then run that through. And we need our flowers, our leaves as well. So
whilst you're doing that, we can say well done to Jeanette, who says, I've just purchased the showstopper and the bonus buy. You cannot pass up a deal. That is great shopping, Jeanette. Well done. And then, of course, you picked up triple points there too. So marvellous work. Carol says a Slurpee maker was crushed ice with a sugary flavouring. And Cindy says, yes, Ben, drink a slushie, eat a snow cone. Words for life there. Jeanette says snow cones start from hardened ice cubes that are shaved. Slushies start from water, which is slowly frozen but turned as it freezes so it doesn't harden into a big blob. I mean, who knew? I've come away from this show learning so much that I never thought I would learn in a show like this. So thank you, everybody. Snow cones all round in the break.
Amazing. So we've got all I've got left. So let's cut those 2 flowers in one go. So all I'm going to do is cut them again, cut another one of these. I've got my 2 stamened pieces in here.
You're going to time this to perfection, Debbie,
I think I might do. I think we might do. I just thought we would have loads more time. I even planned to do some embossing folder techniques, and that's not going to happen now. But not to worry, not to worry. There is plenty of embossing folder techniques online. We've done lots of embossing folder shows before, so you will find lots of those. So let's make up our flowers, and then we've got to stamp our sentiment. So sorry about the rushing, but don't worry because you can always watch back and play back. So let's get that sentiment out, and so we make sure that we've got that because that will really finish our card. So we've got the wishing you much happiness today and always. You can use any stamps that you've got in your collection, but I love these ones. I think they're a nice big bold stamp and look really cool. So I'm going to just pop that on the top and the bottom, and then we're going to just pop that in the middle, right like so. That'll be good. And then I'm just going to bring my magnets a bit more in so I know they'll hold that. And then I'm actually using my quick drying ink because I know that that won't smudge. It's stuck.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go. It's fine. I think we've just got to go up a tiny little bit. Yeah, it just, it's stuck. See, let's just pop that over. That's fine. I think we can work with that one. That's absolutely fine. So just popping that on there. This one obviously hasn't been used, the one in the studio. So sometimes when you're using them for the first time, they could be quite sticky. So just going all over the top, making sure that we stamp that out. Look at that, perfection.
Yes.
So let's pop that to the side. So that gives us our sentiment. And then we can start putting our card together. So bringing that back in, we're going to use our dotty tape pen actually to put the frame on. And let me just grab one here. If you do need a little bit of extra stickiness because of the gilding wax, if you haven't burnished it enough, it might not stick brilliantly. So just make sure you just use a little bit of glue around the edges to help that stick. So we'll bring that one in. That's going to just cover those.
This has come together lovely, isn't it? What
a beautiful project.
Yeah, love the colours as well. A lot of people commenting about the colour palette.
It's nice, isn't it, just to have that really beautiful colour. Nice pop of colour, especially as it's coming into sort of spring, summer. And then we're going to stick this one in the middle. So let's bring in our foam tape just to pop down. And that will stick in the centre, like so. And again, just pop a little bit of extra glue in if you need it, so which will just go down and help that stick. So that will go straight into the centre, like so. And then your flowers, all you're going to do with these is pop them together. So I'm just going to do one at a time. We've done two on the others. So if you create it with two, but I've only cut, yeah, we're going to be pushed for time otherwise. So I am just going to pop this into place. So let's do our first one. I'm just going to pop that up there. And then one at the bottom, like there, and then bring in these leaves. So these leaves are really cool because you can trim into them, so, or trim out, should I say, trim in, trim out, so you could use them for each side of your flower. So let's just put a little bit here to hold that one in place, like so, and then our other one on the other side. But whatever mediums you like to use, Ben, so whether it be your ink pads, whether it be your pens, whatever you use in the background, it's just always going to look beautiful. I did do another flower. Ah, it's because it's stuck in there. I thought I didn't do enough, so we'll add that one to it as well. So that one on top. And then all I've done with the stamen is I've added just a little bit of pen detail. Yeah. But because of timings, I don't think we're going to get that done, but at least we'll get our card done. So adding that in, putting that one down, our next stamen, and then I think we've probably just got enough time to quickly pop this one in as well. And then we're done. That is beautiful. And what a lovely project on a beautiful, sunny, Good Friday, spring day. You've got a really happy card to kind of match the weather here today. Yeah, absolutely. Stunning. Last one there. Whew, we did that by the skin of our teeth, didn't we? That's literally a perfect craft along, done with a minute to spare. Look at that, that's brilliant, Debbie. There we go. We managed it, yay! Stunning stuff, that, isn't it? And if you want to recreate, obviously, Debbie's project, we'd love to see what you make out of it. So if you've already got the kit, absolutely get crafting along. This show is going to be on Facebook forever, on YouTube forever, so you can come back at a time to suit you. And if you've not yet got the embossing folders, options for you, like I've said. Go for the showstopper if budget allows, because you get everything, and then you open up the bonus buy, of course, as well, don't forget, with those ink pads. But if you want to pick and choose, you can. If you just want to go for, you know, a couple of the embossing folders to try them out, absolutely. Just hit the shop, the show, and you can find all of those deals. Don't forget, last 3 days to use that NCM storage code, and you've got across the bank holiday weekend to use
well, I say use, to take advantage of triple points across everything. So stock up, even if we can't tempt you with new goodies, make sure you're getting all of your craft room essentials now whilst you're getting those triple points. And we'll meet you back here live at 5 for a masterclass when it comes to storage and maybe a few other things thrown in for good measure. Until then, bye for now.